Yeah, you won't catch me doing that. I don't know. I was tempted to do it, but it's I don't know about that. Since they nerfed it as well, I just if I was gonna do it, I would have done it before the nerf. But now they've nerfed like the drop rates and stuff, haven't they? But if you've gone for it, that's it's a decent cloak and neck. But I've already got my neck. I used my spark, so good a reason as any. I stand it. If that's the motivation you've got to keep doing it, then it is what it is. Shit. Yeah, that's gold that I just wouldn't use. If I mean to be fair, if I had the gold, I probably would have done it. Especially now that the prices have dipped low. I think they're like 2k pairing now. Yeah, if I had the gold to do it, I would have done it 100%. Do not want to be farming keys. I just don't see the point. Like, I'll get it eventually, just from doing the weekly stuff, and the gear is going to be outscaled by Mythic Plus anyway, so I'm just banking on getting that. Fuck me. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of gold. Makes you wonder why some people, like, actually have that gold to use, right? Like, there are smarter ways to use that gold. Desperate times, cat. Desperate times. Gotta do what you gotta do to survive. This rare should be spawning in 5 minutes. Damn. On what realm? Asking for a friend. Oh shit, really? I thought it was one of the big RP ones. Oh, the more you know. We love farming rares, we do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to do. 5 rares and then I'm back on the Loremaster. I've not got much left to do. It's literally just finishing off these, which they take like 10 minutes each. It's really not that bad. Yeah, I mean, my reps aren't amazing at the minute, but I've still not finished the zones and stuff, and yeah. Like, I've got like 10 to 10 in here, but I don't have a clue where to turn them in, so. Yeah, that's the only annoying thing about this zone at the minute because of the Cobalt assembly farm. It's so laggy to play in. But I'm just gonna do it just for the Loremaster and then I'm done then. It's not been as bad as some of the other zones. And then I've had some people in my guild that have been like doing some questionable stuff, like farming. I'll have to go on my way and do all these races. I'm just trying to like get the most that I can out of this, other than like the Rathion rep farming. I'm not going to do anything else, just because I want to actually be able to compete properly this year. That's why I went out the way and got the Spark of Ingenuity item already, because I can just upgrade this item. And it was going from that from the I went from like a 330 or 343, the Heart of Azumarill one, to that, so it was well worth it. And I would put in more effort for like the rep farms and stuff if the items were actually going to stay. But it's mainly just the fact that as soon as Mythic Plus comes out, like it's all irrelevant. Nada. Yeah, see, I was gonna do the embellishments, but I want to wait until somebody in my guild has like the max rank one. Saves us doing it twice, you know. Yeah, like one of the only benefits to being in a guild this time round is that of course it's easier to like you can just ask somebody to make you something, right? I mean, obviously you're still gonna have to pay, but with the work order system, it's really nice because you don't have to like rely on anyone. Do you not raid or anything, Cat? Some things never change. Yeah, that sucks. I had quite a bit of guild drama closer to the expansion launch, so I know how that feels. Ah, yeah. I feel like that's more common this time around. Like not necessarily this time around, but I feel like that's more common. Like especially like recently on WoW, so it's a bit fucked, honestly. Like it's sad that you've got to like worry about what you say and like online, you know. Like at the end of the day, you pay to play the game for you, right? You should be able to, just enjoy it without having to worry about all that shit. Oh, my skill in Discipline Priestco, unparalleled, is the word that comes to mind. Yeah, I mean it's different, right? Like some people don't even class that as banter. Like it depends on what your like attitude is and your like humor, but hello,
Hello?
hello.
Does that sound weird?
A bit more robotic than normal, yeah. Why are you even bothering? How many people are in the office?
Fucking about 100.
And are you in like a little cubicle or something and just chatting away, or?
No, do you want to see? Oh, I can't.
Yeah, nah. I was about to say, don't.
Biggest data protection breach in the world.
Yeah, they don't mind, fuck 'em. You got like your little headset on.
I like my job. I have got a little headset on.
That's funny. I love that. So what, have you just connected it? Have you just got Discord up on browser?
Phone?
What, so you've just connected your little headset to your phone, or you're talking through your phone?
Yeah, connected, yeah.
So if somebody phoned you, you're gonna have to like put it back on Bluetooth to your PC. Ah.
I don't speak on the phone.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
So why have you got a little headset for? Why are you faking?
Because it's my head. It's what I use to listen to music.
Oh. You're allowed to do that? That's sick, that.
It's a headset. What, listen to music?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do what I want. Mate, I watched about 9 hours of Peter Crouch podcast. Your YouTube stream is silent, by the way, for me.
That's fine. I should probably stop streaming on YouTube, I don't know.
Yeah, you're a Twitch gamer now.
Yeah, Cat, it's rough. I mean, people can say they've got a good sense of humour and all that, but when it becomes like actual slurs, it's a bit weird. I'm surprised you're not gonna get in trouble on them.
If I go, that's because
Yeah, yeah, don't worry, don't worry. I'm just glad to hear your voice.
log on my account. Man.
I'll do your Mythic Zeros.
Nah, you don't. Nah, I don't need to do my fit zeros. I want to do my rare farm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do mine first, and then I will.
You can finish my Zolspan quest as well.
You can fuck off. I've not even finished mine.
Oh, really?
If I'm logging on, I'm doing it to your ears. That's it.
I did loads when you went.
What time did you go to bed?
About 2.
Yeah, I told Kira I went to bed at 12 o'clock, and she thought I went to bed at 3 o'clock. I was like, nah, Co can back me up.
Yeah. 2 o'clock.
Co said 2 o'clock. He's a dickhead. It was not 2 o'clock.
Nah, it's like what, after 12. 12, something. Early night for you, that pal.
It was a very early night. Considering she said I could game.
Waffles in there, mate.
What?
Who's up for this? Oh, look at that. Break time.
Timed that well, didn't you?
Can't make this up.
So you staying in or you going off your lunch?
Nah, it's only break. Just going out the front.
Oh, you're going for a ciggy?
Vapey.
Oh, vape. You're on the vapes. I can imagine, Kat.
It looks mad legit as well, like.
We like that. We like putting in the efforts just to beat people and, you know,
Oh, my pass.
shoving it in the face.
Forgot my pass. Oh, there's
Oh.
loads. It is. There's loads of stalls.
There's a what?
Oh. Sick. You doing any work yet?
You talking to somebody from work?
Yeah.
That's what to say, mate. I never work now. Full-time streamer.
Yeah. What's your revenue this month? Cheers, thank you.
Probably like 0.1% of yours. I don't know. I've not checked it. It's less than a tenner.
Ooh. Some good little stalls here.
You know what, Cat though? They deserve it. If they're gonna do that and they're gonna like act like that towards you, they just deserve it.
They're well nice then. My granddad loved one of these. 100%. Right, I'll have to come back in and have a look. Oh, mate.
What?
There's loads of stalls, like the Christmas stalls at work.
You know,
Christmas market
I've
as well.
never actually been to a Christmas market.
I've never been to Christmas.
I've never had a Christmas before.
I've never, you know what I mean? Oh,
Such
my
sheltered
God.
lives.
I hope my Wi-Fi carries over.
It should do. They're a bank.
Jesus Christ! Did you hear that?
No. What is it?
Fucking tree. Someone's trees down, you know, one of them. Fuck knows.
Oh shit.
Heard it?
I can't hear it now.
Jesus. Yeah, I fully can't be on the phone at work. I don't know what I'm doing. And when I go back in, I need to hang up because I'm getting fucking shit.
Yeah,
On the phone.
nah, don't worry, it's all good, don't worry. Hey Nico,
It's not like anyone can hear anything. It's just
yeah, it's fine.
yeah, but it doesn't look dodgy at all because I've got. So basically, my headset only that is loud. That
I can't hear it, so I don't mind.
yeah, my headset only goes to a like USB, so I can't connect it to my phone. But I've got a work headset, which is like the shitty work ones that you speak to customers on. So when I'm wearing it, it doesn't look dodgy. And if I'm talking, it doesn't look dodgy.
Yeah.
Because I just think I'm on the phone.
That's pretty smart though, but if you get caught, you're fucked.
Yeah, I'll get fucked. Well, I won't get fucked. They'll just be like, why are you on the phone? You can obviously take calls in the office. It's just obviously be a bit different if I'm fucking sat on Discord with you. Right, what's the plan tonight? Well, I need to finish my Mythic Zeros meat. Get leveling something now.
I still won't be done by the time that you get back.
Stop being a pussy.
No, I'm a priest main.
What are your You're not even a good fucking priest.
The word I chose was unparalleled.
Any children?
Whoa, stop.
What priests do, innit?
I'm here for real life, yeah.
You can't get in trouble when we're slagging the class off we play.
I guess you're right, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Oh. It's a nice day today. It's freezing though.
Oh, you're cold?
It's a bit chilly.
Need to be
Bye.
cold.
I'm going in.
Good luck, mate. Good luck.
I'll message you.
Alright, dude. I'll speak to you in a bit.
Peace.
Chat. Why don't I just get cloth gear? That's all I want. Hello there. I'll go 4 back-to-back Mandavar procs then. That's huge. Never gonna happen again in the entirety of this expansion, but you know. And nothing. Tuberous. Anyways, maybe I'll get the stuff from this guy. I don't know. Kinda giving up on getting gear now, like, but. No, no, no. I do have some commands in Twitch. It's just I need to update it. I've just not really been streaming enough to make it, you know, doable. But I'm gonna jump on in a bit and just try and fix some of the commands because obviously some of them are relevant, like the UI and stuff. And send me a cat, I'll join her. Didn't even know you had one. Thank you very much, Nico. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Were you interested in getting the UI? Because I can send you the profiles for it. I still haven't got like a compiled like a folder to send it all in. But I can send you the profiles and it all. I will message you on Twitch. Give me one moment, dude. Sure can, mate. I'll get that as well now. Uno memento. Thank you, Kat. No worries, man. So the UI is scaled for 1440p, so if it looks weird at all, just bear in mind you might have to just move it around the screen just to make it fit perfectly. I am making one for 1080p as well. It's not that difficult, it's just having the time to do it. But it should be okay. Hey Tempan, how's it going? But yeah, so I will be making that just so it's a little bit easier, and in the future I'm planning on making a little folder so I can just send the interface in WTF. I probably could do that now, but I'm not entirely sure what website I'd upload it to. I don't even know what there is to use, to be honest. I don't know what website people use to upload files. Because that would be the easiest solution, right? Just to make a folder. But no worries. Thank you again for the sub, dude. I really appreciate it. Now back on to. I should probably go for the staff of the Ancient Protector. I'll do the Ancient Protector and then I'll go back to the Loremaster stuff. Yeah, I might do that. It might just be easier just to have the profiles linked, honestly. I might just do that now just and get it out of the way and then make the UI command. Just so it's easier, because I know there's quite a few people, that obviously want to get the UI, but it is. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, true, but I just want it to be able to be easy for people, so I'll just do that now because I've got them all open, so I'll just link the paste bins for them. Are amazing. No worries, Nico. The only thing that you can't send is you can't send a bigwigs profile, so you might just have to adjust that for yourself because you can't actually export profiles as that. Honestly, the nicest thing about it is just the fact that the cast bar and the resource bar scales whenever you add a weak order. It's the best thing about the UI that I like anyway. Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to release a finished a not finished product, right? But I'm I'm not too fussed about it, honestly. I'm just gonna keep making it better and better for myself anyway, so I may as well share it with people. Oh, the custom sounds. Have you got cool sounds on it? Let me just test this. There we go. Oh, as if I've just missed the raid as well. No. Please invite me. Please invite me. Oh no. Trust me to miss something, just because I'm alt tabbed. I can imagine. Hey, if they work for you, they work for you, right? If it works, it. I know, Tempan. I know, man. It's the only way that you can get the automatic rolls, you know. I'm intrigued now, Kat. What custom sounds do you have? Although I have a good idea of what they might be, but I have an inkling, as they say. Well, I guess there's a. Ah, I guess, yeah. That's true. I'll, guess I'm not getting any rare loot to the team. Ah. Oh, are they like. Are they weird ones? You know, like, weird as weird can be, anyway. Hey, I mean, it just makes you more alert to what's going on, right? That's what all sounds do. That's why people pick custom sounds in the first place. Bet you have them like a proc as well. You get good rep for doing that, 250 per flag. Anyway, back to the quests. Loremaster today. Oh. I see, the thing is, I really don't play with game sound. I just don't. I never have. Like, I've only started recently because in my YouTube videos, people wanted background noise that wasn't like music, so it's easier just keeping the, sounds, but I haven't done a video in ages. There's just nothing to do yet. Like, when there's actually stuff to do, I'll make a video, but I'm so close to 1k subs as well. Like, it'd be nice to get it, like, ASAP, but it's just, I don't want to put out a video when there's no reason to put one out. Like, I don't want to put out a video that's not about Shadow Priest because my community only really cares about Shadow Priest. And I don't want to, like, go baiting them with, like, everything else that other YouTubers are doing, like, oh, like the rare videos and stuff like that. So I'll probably wait until Mythic Plus is out or the raids are out and then just do POV videos with, like, little tips and tricks on how to get the most out of Shadow Priest. That's the plan, I think, so far. How's it going anyway, Tempan? How's your days been? How's Dragonflight going? I'm intrigued. Yeah. At least you've got it wrote down though, right, Kat? Like, it's nice to have a template there just ready. I'm not going to do another guide just because nothing's really changed. I've already got mine out, so I don't really want to redo it just for the sake of redoing it. I'll just wait for there to actually be something to cover. So I do like having them wrote out in Notepad though, ready just to go and reel off, but half of the time I go off on a tangent and then I never follow it anyway. Like, unless you make videos, it's kind of hard to, like, get it. But the amount of times I've had to, like, pause and then go again. Because I've said something that isn't on the script. You just can't win. But yeah, keys will be fun. I still want to, I have a little idea of, like, what I want to do with keys. Oh, shit. So, I'll kind of want to just do, Like obviously I'm gonna do all plus 20s, but I want to do it as like a group of 3 Shadow Priests. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Shadow at the minute, there's like, I'd say there's 4 good builds that you can play, and all of them obviously a personal choice. You can pick and choose your talents, but people need to realize that even if you do pick your own talents, if you don't pick certain talents, you're gonna lose DPS. As long as you're fine losing DPS, you know, it's not an issue, but the amount of people that want to do max damage, but then still not play Mind Spike, and it's trying to explain to people like, yes, okay, you don't have to play Mind Spike, but you are going to be doing like 4% less damage. It's rough. Like as a content creator and like guide writer, you can't really win because people want to be able to do the same damage as other Shadow Priests while not playing the same talents. If that makes sense. And it's an impossible task for you to achieve to make a build, you know, that works like that. Like at the minute, I'm playing as off Yogg-Saron, but everybody else is playing Yashiraj, and I just don't understand it, to be honest. But because you've got, you know, certain Shadow Priests playing Yashiraj, because it makes the rotation a bit more fun and a bit more flexible, everybody's like, you know, oh, I'm just going to play that. And it doesn't always equal more damage. Yeah, exactly. So as long as you explain it really well and people understand that they are going to lose damage, nobody can come back and say, "Oh, I'm doing less DPS than this other priest," because that's the balance you've got to find. Yeah. So you've done Brackenhide Hollow Temple. Yeah, I've heard quite a few complaints about that dungeon. It's rough, man. It's rough. It's a challenging one for sure. Especially when I was playing this, obviously, like Shadow, and I didn't take Purified Disease. Like it's easy enough in Mythic Zero to like swap it out, but if you don't take it going into Mythic Plus, you're just fully trolling your group. No other way about it. What's your stance on Mindseer on 2 targets? I want to know just because the people I've spoke to have different like thoughts on it, but I will always be Mindseering on 2 targets, or I will at least be using my Mind Devourer procs on Mindseer. Yeah, so I'm the same as you technically then. So I was always the kind of person that would go out on my way to play sub meta specs and classes. But do you hard cast Mindseer or do you just use your procs? Because I think the way that I'm working it is obviously because you still prioritize Mind Blast on 2 targets. Well, yeah, of course. But I mean, going into Mythic Plus, what's your, preferred spender? Yeah, I agree with that pretty much for the most part. Yeah, I am. But I don't know. So my thought process behind that is just that's what I'm going to be playing in Mythic Plus anyway. Because regardless of how much they want to buff N'Zoth, you're still not going to play it because it's still locked behind Insidious Aya. That's my current logic on that. I'd love to play N'Zoth, but it's just not doable. I just you sacrifice an inescapable torment or Cthulhu. So like either you don't take an escapable torment or you don't take Mind Devourer. And I'd much rather have Mind Devourer in an open world content than N'Zoth. Yeah, Tempan, that's the only thing at the minute with Mythic Zeros and like the lack of gear and stuff is unless you know the people you're playing with, chances are you're going to struggle. Right, let's see how well this goes, shall we? That wasn't too bad. Yeah, as soon as they changed N'Zoth to actually proc when the target dies, it became such a good talent, but it's just too. It's just the talent, like the placement of the talents is so bad. Then maybe they'll fix it at some point. I'm not holding on any hope though. Yeah, you've got to stop caring eventually, right? You've just got to play the game. Oh yeah, Tempan, 100%. You want to get back into the priest, and the Cobalt farm is nerfed, but it's still pretty quick. Have fun with all the lag though. Like the Cobalt assembly makes the entire zone lag. Just don't be crazy like Katia and don't go farming the Rathion rep. Yeah, yeah. Don't care how hot he is. 7 hours for doing that. It is right. It's like 7 hours worth of farming. Hello, co-mate. Any tips for an aspiring disc priest? Honestly, just look at the Warcraft logs. Like, if you're not progressing on the first night of the tier, right? Get the Warcraft logs up, check the boss timers, see when the big bit of damage is coming in and getting you somewhere to ramp. You can say that about a lot of specs though, right? Just practice looking on Warcraft logs, make you a better player, looking at the boss timings so you can see when to use cooldown, stuff like that. Right, that's another one done. Let's go for Correct Tooth Den. It's another quick one. What do you feel about the class tree now as well? Cat and Tempan for Shadow, Wolf Priest. Halo and Start, so in what content, Mythic Plus or Raids, or do you want me to just comment on both? Anytime, go mate. Loads of times from my Disc Priest fans. Both, so in Raids, a Halo is there for the healing. You're not taking Halo for the damage. The moment that they removed so there was a condition on it, right, where the distance it travelled meant that it did more or less healing or damage. They took that away this expansion, which I don't understand why. I guess it's because it was too much for people to min-max. So in Raid, you're taking Halo to heal. Divine Star will still be the go-to for damage. However, you're not losing anything by taking Halo because it's neutral damage. So it has no, it has no special place in the rotation. You just press it when it's up. Or you press it when your raid needs healing and you just accept the fact that it'll do some damage. Divine Star is a bit different. So with Divine Star, you can actually get a lot of cleave damage in. Like, it obviously scales, right? Up to 6 targets and then does reduced damage. Halo's the same except it's reduced healing. Um, so I'll be taking probably Divine Star because I'll be looking at like position and stuff in the raid encounters. A lot of the raid encounters have ads in that stack up, so if you Divine Star, you're guaranteed to hit them all. And the raid's going to be stacked as well. So arguably, you get more healing with Divine Star than Halo because your Divine Star bounces twice, right? So on a crit, your Divine Star is going to go out, heal, come back and heal. And in Mythic Plus, it's just easier to play Divine Star because you're almost always going to be stood on the tank or stood close enough in melee for it to make a difference. Like, playstyle wise, I prefer Divine Star. I'm only using Halo in open world because a lot of the mobs just stand still and don't move. In Mythic Plus, that's not going to be a problem, because you'll probably have a Death Knight or some form of like movement that you can force them into a certain place. Play whatever you want, but yeah. I prefer Divine Star. The only reason I'm Halo, like I said, is because in the open world, mobs are very stubborn and they don't like moving. It's weird though not having them have a special place in your rotation. Like, you just send them whenever you can or whenever you're out of buttons. Exactly, it's just an awkward thing. Like, yeah, that's a perfect way to say it. It's just awkward. You can play lasers perfectly fine, Tempan. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. So, a lot of priests use insanity to level just because it, generates insanity, and it was good for single target damage on like the mini bosses and the res. And Void Torrent's gonna get used in raids anyway, so you may as well get used to playing it now if you're gonna be raiding on it. I don't see Torrent being used in any form of Mythic Plus though, honestly. It just isn't strong enough. Doesn't matter how short you can make the cooldown. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying Shadow Priest so much to the fact that I normally, in the first weekend of expansion, I will level up like five like classes. I've got my Evoker to 62, and then I wanted to look back on the Priest. I think I'm not as stressed on like the leveling side of it because I know that all I will have to do is gear up at max level. Like there's no like weird like alt farm and stuff. At the minute there is, but if I wait for Mythic Plus, all I'll have to do is just log on and do keys, and then I'll be geared enough to raid. So I will level them, but I'm not going to gear them up. I'm just going to get straight into Mythic Plus when they're open. But I am trying to do stuff differently. So in the past as well, I would multi-class like every single spec in the game. I really want to push myself to be better at Shadow Priest this expansion then. So I'm purposefully like trying to just play Shadow and just get extremely good at it. I mean, that's the nice thing with Tempan, right? You have the choice. You're not forced into playing Priest. So. It's the best thing about not raiding. Like, you can just play whatever, whenever, and you don't feel bad about it. Uh-oh. What's the typo, cat? Report it immediately. The people deserve to know. Oh, have you only just joined the server, Tempan? I thought you've been in it for a while. Yeah, if you link your, I know you probably don't want to, but if you link your Twitch to Discord, then you will get access to like the sub channels as well, and with the UI and stuff, and then eventually I'll be doing like sub raids and stuff like that, depending on how big the community gets. So, hey, Cat, it's impressive. Like one of my ex officers from like a previous guild is now healing in methods as a disc priest, and he's writing the disc priest guide. So I can't wait for that to come out because it's weird, like how people that are just that insane at the game, like they just jump so many world ranks compared to you. Ah, of course, 10 pound. Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's not a big deal, man. I just thought it'd be better for you. Ooh, very nice cat. It's nice knowing people at raiding good guilds. Like method like this time around, or was it like previous method? Oh, I'm talking about crazy as well. I didn't know you knew him IRL. I know he was he was the healing officer in one of my guild, Polar. Yeah, he was my healing officer in Polar. I was literally speaking to him last night about the this guide that he's doing as well. That's mental. Very nice. I feel like we have a mutual friend now. I don't know if Crazy call me his friend, but I call him my friend. He doesn't really have a choice. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me calling him his friend. But now he shared his builds with me and stuff, and he was talking about this with me the other day because I'm gonna be healing as well as doing shadow in my guild, so I kind of needed to practice. He's such a chill guy, and he's insane at the game as well. It's a shame what happened to pieces, but yeah, got him into method. So oh wow, yeah, that's crazy. No, that's actually so cool. Let me know someone though. As soon as you said like your friends wrote a guide to method as well, I was like, huh? When? That's pretty cool though. I need to keep an eye on the heroic bounty for the day because I need to make sure I'm getting me runes, for the raids. I only have 3 so far, but yeah, that's why I need to make sure. Why does this kind of remind me of Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas? Mr. Oogie Boogie Man. Actually, Loki does. Wait. Oh yeah. That'll be really fun. Well, that's the only like I messaged him like, and I was like, oh, I'm sad I'm not gonna get to see you compete this time around because I didn't know that he'd gone to method, and then he was like, I'm streaming it, and I was like, oh shit. I'm still gonna call you Tempan. Like that's not gonna change. I'm too deep in. I've been calling you Tempan for too long now. Hope you can forgive me. 6 left. Thankfully, these quests are quite quick. Also, at some point, somebody needs to remind me to change my chat cover. I need to actually rename it instead of just putting a cross through the guild name. I should probably do this just for the item level. Are you sure, Tempan? If you don't want me to call you Tempan, I can call you something else. You just need to tell me. Just never change your Twitch name colour, because that's what'll throw me off. I need to keep on top of the herbing as well. I always just go past the herbs and never do them. Like, what's the point in having the fucking profession then? Because I've got alchemy as well, so I need to be doing it. I'm just too lazy. Because I think if I stop on the way to every single quest, I'm never gonna get anything done. There's nothing for it, Tempan. You need to change your in-game name as well. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you know you've done this to yourself. It is crazy, like when you meet people online, and it's like I actually I raided with a guy that I didn't know IRL, um, and I'd say he's like one of my best friends now. Like I met him on World of Warcraft on a different server, and honestly, like he's one of my best friends now, and I found out he literally lives like half an hour away from me. So obviously I went to meet him and stuff, but it's hard, like, but he's such a cool guy. And just thinking like I met him online, like when he lives like 30-minute like bike ride away from me. It's mad. Like you don't realize how like small of a world it is without like sounding too cliche. And then the same, like most of the people that I raided with in the past, like from Manchester or like the northwest of England as well. And even like Shadow Pope, like I don't know if you know him, like the other like he streams like Mythic Plus. Shadow Pope's from again like half an hour away from me. Like I think he's from St Helens. It's just crazy. Ah, it sucks. I mean, that being said as well, like I've became like really good friends with people like from Denmark and Sweden and you know like Scandinavian countries, like and even like most of my Twitch and YouTube like followers slash subs are like Brazilian and like from North America. It's honestly ridiculous. It just makes you appreciate it more. And people wonder why World of Warcraft is such like an addictive game. It's not necessarily just the fact that like you spend hours in the game. It's the fact that for a lot of people, especially like people that don't speak English, is like their native tongue, right? Like World of Warcraft teaches people English, and I was the same. Like so, when I like it sounds really silly. Like when I was like doing Spanish, like in high school, I would make a character on a Spanish realm, and I'd just like watch the chat. Like playing video games is such a viable way to learn new languages. Like I know quite a few of my Swedish friends that say like they never would have learned English if they didn't play World of Warcraft. And even now, two of my friends are Swedish, and even though we're in Discord at the same time, like they'll both speak English because it's easier than speaking Swedish, and they're both Swedish. Oh yeah, crazy! I'll never speak down to you or like anybody. Crazy is genuinely like one of the most chill guys I've met on the game. Him and Ron, like they were both like leaders of like Polar. Like both of those guys were super chill. It is nice like being spoken to like you're a human being and not like, oh, I'm in this good guild, so you know. But I think that shows with Crazy as well because he went from like obviously he was like rank one disc priest for ages. Like even before I joined the guild, I knew he's Crazy like looking at his logs and stuff. But like the fact that he went from like a humble like it was top 100 alliance, but it was like what world 200 2-day guild to like race the world first within a tier. It humbles people. Exactly, NK. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, and people like growing up, it was always like, oh, don't play too many video games. It's bad. But I, I don't like. I couldn't speak a word of Spanish now, right? But at the time, I got quite a good grade, and I never would have got that if I didn't play World of Warcraft. Yeah, like it's an advantage. It's not just something that like is useful. It's a literal lifelong advantage. I've heard that from quite a few people saying, of course, that like they know English better than their native tongue, which is still like mind-boggling to me. Not in the sense of like it shouldn't, but it's just mad, right? But thanks for the follow, dude. So like, I'll openly say like English people are lazy. Like when it comes to learning languages. So like, imagine if English wasn't like one of the most spoken languages in the world, and English people had to learn a different language. Like it's so hard for English people to learn a foreign language, and it's a culture thing. It's not the fact that like we can't do it because that argument doesn't work because every other country in the world can learn English. But it's just culturally like we were never really taught to like learn a language outside of course like having to do it for like simple qualifications. Like in our high school system, you are forced to take one language, whether it's French, German, or Spanish. But like outside of that, like as soon as you leave school, you just unless you go and like specialize or like do a major in like foreign languages, you just never use them again. Like there's no, you know, no call for it, which is sad. It's not what you want like your culture to be, but that's just years of being on top and everybody else learning your language, not the other way around. And now that it's completely flipped, it's kind of ruined us as a culture. Thank you so much for the follow, Wookie. Hope you're doing well today. My wife does a very good Wookiee impression, Chewbacca. Very talented lady. Did I miss a Primalist? Where? What? What kind of dog do you have, Wookie? See, I remember, so I was watching Crazy when he was in Pieces, right? And this was right after he'd left Polar, and I'd always watch his stream because I wanted to learn Disc. And he was doing, like, I think it was like a 23. What was it? It was a 23 of. It was a Theatre of Pain in like the second week of Race the World First. And he got halfway through it, and obviously they were going to time it. It was a pretty good group, and then he had to leave to go do the Race the World First. Not while I was there, Cat. Maybe before me, but not while I was there. Where on earth is this guy? Yeah, I mean, at least you complimented them, Cat. But it was only Fame Slayer when it was on Alliance, right? They came hard because recruitment was stale, but then we disbanded on Halundrus. Feels bad, man. Pretty much 10 pounds, so I'm just questing. I'm trying to get the Loremaster just so I know that I've maxed out all the reps that I can. I'm not sure how long I can play for, but I'm gonna just try and stick on and get some stuff done. But at the minute, I can't find the bloody quest mob. I don't know if the quest is bugged or what. Because at the minute, yeah, I can't even. Like, I've got a macro to like target the guy, but it's just either he's being killed by other people or I'm just blind. Got him. Tell you what, there is some still pretty significant bugs in this expansion. Okay, shoot. We answer questions. You wanna get full use out of your PI. So it kind of depends on the situation, but ideally, right, the correct scenario is if you've got all your dots up, because you want to dot everything before you void eruption, so that you get the full mastery. So you fully dot up, you void eruption, then you PI, because your PI lasts longer than void eruption anyway. So you spend more time in void form than you do with PI, so regardless, you're going to get the full use out of it. So PI after void eruption, in my opinion. I can understand why it's not like clear cut though. Because in Shadowlands it was a really awkward one as well, where you know it was kind of hard to understand what you had to do. But yeah, I PI after Void Eruption because you've got full use of your mastery. You're going to get a full duration of PI in the Void Eruption window as well. Same with Dark Ascension. You want a Dark Ascension before PIing. Yeah, so you can do that on open world content, but in Mythic Plus and in Rage you won't do that. Bit of backstream, one sec.